Welcome to Speak, Think, Serve, the blueprint for growth without burnout. Sharpen your words, strengthen your mind, and serve with intention.
Picture this. I'm 19, it's finals week, and I realize I lost a library book I really need for my last paper. Not just any book, the only copy the library had. I could have blamed my roommate for moving stuff around, or just avoided the front desk and hoped no one noticed. Instead, I walked up and said, "I lost the book. I'm sorry. What can I do to fix this?" The librarian didn't scold me, she just helped me figure it out, paid the fee, replaced the book, and I finished my paper on time. The funny part? A few weeks later, when I needed help finding sources for another assignment, that same librarian went out of her way to track down exactly what I needed. Not because I was special, just because I owned my mistake and treated her with respect. Small acts of ownership don't just fix problems, they build quiet trust with the people around you.
That's such a classic Amani story, and it's not just about reputation, there's real data behind this. In the UK, companies that switched to employee ownership trusts saw an 8 to 12% productivity boost. That's not just a rounding error, that's like actual money and engagement on the table. When people feel like they own the outcome, they show up differently. They close loops, they don't just clock in and out.
Exactly, and I think we get tripped up by this idea that ownership is only for people with the big titles. But what does extreme ownership look like for the rest of us? Like, what does it mean for the person answering phones or the new hire in the back office? It's not about your job description, it's about your mindset. Are you the person who says, "That's not my problem," or the one who says, "Let me see what I can do"?
Yeah, then actually see what you can do. And it's not about being a hero every day. Sometimes it's just following up on that IT ticket you filed 3 weeks ago, or noticing a process gap and actually suggesting a fix. CEOs, coaches, they all want people who don't just do the minimum. They want folks who see a mess and clean it up, even if it's not their mess. That's the stuff that builds trust, and honestly, it's what gets you noticed for the right reasons.
And it's contagious. When one person owns the outcome, it gives everyone else permission to step up too. It's like, oh, we're doing that here? Cool, I'm in.
Totally. And I mean, we've talked in past episodes about how language shapes trust and credibility. This is the next level. Your actions are the language now. You're saying, I'm someone who finishes what I start. So let's get into this above the line thing. If you've read the 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership, you know what I'm talking about. Above the line is when you're open, curious, and ready to learn. Below the line, that's blame, defensiveness, needing to be right. It's the difference between what can I learn and who can I blame.
I love that. And it's not just theory. Companies like Bridgewater with their radical transparency, or Next Jump with their better me plus better you equals better us mantra, they live this stuff. It's not always comfortable, but it's real. You mess up, you talk about it, you fix it together. No shame, no hiding.
Imagine I'm in a call center and a customer's order got totally botched. Old me below the line. Well, the system glitched and the night shift didn't update the notes, so it's not really my fault. Above the line me. I'm sorry, that's on us. Here's what I'm going to do to make it right, and here's how we'll keep it from happening again.
That's it. Above the line isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. And when leaders model that, it creates psychological safety. People aren't afraid to admit mistakes because mistakes become learning moments, not blame games. That's how you build resilience. You bounce back, you get better, and you do it together.
And it's not just for leaders. Anyone can play the above the line game. Like if you're in a team meeting and something goes sideways, you can say, here's what I missed, here's what I'll do differently. That's how you build trust. And honestly, it's how you keep your sanity. Blame is exhausting. Ownership is energizing.
And it's a practice. You don't just wake up one day and never go below the line again. You catch yourself, you reset, you try again. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So how do you actually build this ownership thing into your daily life? Let's get practical. First, close one unfinished task today. Just one. That email you've been avoiding, that follow-up you keep snoozing, finish it. That's your loop closed moment. And then ask a teammate, how can I help us finish strong this week? It's simple, but it shifts the energy from me to we.
And if you want to reframe failure, try this. Next time something goes wrong, instead of asking who messed up, ask, what can we learn? That's how you turn mistakes into feedback, not fuel for the rumor mill. Speaking of which, Amani, you had that client story about killing gossip, right?
Oh yes. I worked with a team where gossip was basically the office sport. But the leader made a hard pivot. No more talking about people, only talking with people. If you had an issue, you brought it directly, with respect. It was awkward at first, but over a few months, the whole vibe changed. People started owning their part, and the drama just evaporated. Radical responsibility isn't just a buzzword, it's a culture shift.
Let's do a quick role play for the listeners. Imagine you notice a small problem at work tomorrow. Maybe the supply closet's a mess, or a process is broken. Instead of thinking, not my job, you step in, fix it, and let the team know. That's it. That's the habit. You don't need permission to make things better.
And if you want to make it stick, share your loop closed moment in the community. Post about the task you finished or the gap you closed. Ask for advice, offer help, or just cheer someone else on. That's how we turn ideas into action together.
Seriously, don't just listen. Do the action items. They're what make this real. Find one thing you can close today, ask a teammate how you can help, and post your progress in the community. That's how you build your reputation, your skills, and your next opportunity. And hey, if you see someone else's post, jump in with support or your own story. That's how we all get better.
All right, that's a wrap for today. Remember, ownership isn't a one-time thing, it's a loop. Think it, do it, own it. We'll be back soon with more tools and stories to help you lead with intention and build a life that works.
And to everyone listening, stay above the line and let's keep building this together.
You've been listening to Speak, Think, Serve, the blueprint for growth without burnout. Remember, ideas don't change things. Action does.